Whoa. Okay. Comes a big bomb. I'm tired of people making my people look bad, talking about them behind their back, cracking jokes like people have no awareness what people are talking about. I bet you think that you collide. A lot of talking about that already. No, I'm talking about my white people, my other people. Okay? Don't forget, my grandpa's white. Okay, and there's a whole white family over there. Those are my people. You get, yeah, you would for this. First people, white people. There's no such thing as white people. All right, I can get into my heritage and stuff, but that would just divide the whole thing. For the sake of argument, let's just keep it white people right now until we regain our sanity and we realize there is no such thing and we forced to act like it. Right now, everybody's still sort of pretending because they don't know what to do. All right, so let's grow with that. Look, the jig is up. They're on to you. All right, they know, and different ones know different stuff and different amounts of that stuff. So it's messy, uncontainable, controllable, unpredictable, scary for you. So let me give you a few heads up on what not to do to incite violence against you. Okay? For real, these are the times we're living in. So black people, it's been against them for every single. Remember, trained at it and used to it and on after the funeral. You're not. You're not used to hate and violence and stuff being focused at you just because someone looked at you and you were just because you were white. All right? You have never encountered white racism, but secretly, all these other people that you say aren't you, that you are different, they all got their certain amount of hate for you. It's what links them together as a people. You may think you from the outside, you're thinking, oh yeah, they walk the same, look the same, eat the same stuff. That's what links them. No, they're commonly bonded by hatred for you, resentment for you, sometimes envy for you, which leads to the other, back to the other two. Okay, you're just keeping it honest because it hasn't been said out in the open. I'm telling you what goes on in these other cultures behind closed door when there are none. I know you try to have it where four of them can't get together without one of you being there, so that things like this can't happen. But it has occurred and it has taken place. All right, and you need to get come up to speed because you might be in danger for just going along business as usual. Okay, let me tell you this: you can't go along having a pasty face, a fake face, and be talking through your teeth and think they don't know what you're saying. All right. First of all, the fact that you're trying to hide it lets them know that something negative or something you don't wouldn't want them to hear. All right. Second of all, they can tell that's not a normal face. Television showed them just like it showed you. Okay. Just like it showed you where you got it from, talk it through your teeth and they won't know what we're saying. Just keep a straight face. Don't let them know and don't never let them see you sweat. All right? Listen, they saw those shows too. And some of them, like me, are even better than me. Some of them were product of an interracial relationship, and the other person gave them a heads up on what was going on and clowned you guys, clowned their own, say, hey man, they kind of corny, they kind of this, they kind of that. That's why I don't really mess with them. I'm over here with you guys. So we meet a lot of people like this, and they give us the insider information, and they confirm our suspicions. Now, all the time, you're dealing with some people in which were raised, you can say, by you, forced to do things your way, just and walk like you and do the things your way. All right. So they've learnt you. Okay, they know you. They know you better than them because you weren't learning them. Okay, the learning them happened before you, before your time. All right. to manipulate them, to capture them, to conquer them, to defeat them, to enslave them. That's when the heavy learning went down. In your time, you hadn't had to learn. Okay, the system was active and effective. All right, you just had to ride along, go with it. It looked like it was too massive to be stopped. Okay, and if you did have a beef, you just get plowed under. When you raise your hand to say something, other people grabbed you and said, "No, no, no, man, don't make any waves, dude. What can you just one person? What can you do? Don't forget it, man. You're not the first one who felt like that." As I'm telling you, it's not going to turn out good for you. And scare them down, and just scare them down. And the courageous, it's always rebels. They did it anyway, and that's where we come in. So listen, my white people. Here's a list of things not to do that will make them go off on you. First, the most critical, the most critical thing if you're going to practice something, if you're going to practice something day and night, or you're going to put something first, high priority, you got to learn the concept of existing without being superficial or superficial conscious. Is the number one beef they secretly have from you, and you hear it seeping out, but you don't know how deep they have this beef. You only hear what seeps out the crack of their mouth while they're trying not to say nothing. Okay, that's the only thing that leaks. Is all right. You don't know. See, this is how they perceive you. You're like an superficial dope fiend. Every reference you give is superficial. Your every seems like your every thought is about surface stuff, how things appear, appearances. Okay, because this is why they call you superficial. All right, the exterior is all that matters to you. Okay, this is how you get caught up on the differences in skin. All right, appearances. They're different than us. Seems to be your preoccupation. It's woven into your every sentence, every implication, every innuendo, everything you do. It's like you can't live without making some racial remark or racial reference, or to show us that you are preoccupied with race or looks and appearances. Okay? It's like repulsive. And you're just smiling about it like you haven't done any wrong. Okay? Now, you will hear massive reports of people being attacked, beat, crazy, and they're screaming, "What did I do? What did I do?" That's what I'm trying to tell you. You act like it's nothing, and to these people, it's a killing offense. And you want to believe what you want to believe instead of what really is. Okay? You want to believe what's in your head. See, that's what you have. You have a bunch of concepts that only exist in your mind. You're insane in this area. All right, you're out of touch with what is. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw it clearly. I'm gonna try to draw it crystal clearly. Listen to me. You give yourself away that it's like, do you hear the background activity? You hear that? Do you hear that? This is way abnormal. Okay? I'm going deaf in one side from the background noise and the tension on the back of my neck. Because you're focusing so hard. Just just let it go into your ear. Don't try to pull it out of me, ripping me apart. Now, you're focused in a way that gives them this feeling that you're some kind of hollow person with nothing inside, because you don't value anything inside. Okay? You don't look for anything inside. You are fooled by whatever face someone is wearing. You believe that's their real emotional state. In other words, they're getting ready to tear up the place and go crazy, and you're scared to death. And then you look back and now they're laughing. You go, phew, things all right. Things aren't all right. Just because they switch spaces doesn't. You are the teacher of this, is what I'm saying about raise these people. You are the teacher of masking. All right. You know, we see villains on TV who are plotting to kill this person, and they're just smiling like everything they're not letting on. It's a learned skill, and guess who taught it? For it to work on you is the big irony, the big irony, the big ironic joke, for you to fall for your own trick, to believe, oh, I get along pretty good with most of them. That has nothing to do with it. And it doesn't matter the 6 people you know. The other 6 million hate you. All right? Why? They were taught you don't care about nobody but yourself. And the only thing that you care about is appearances. Let's let me show you how it works so you can go deal with them, son. So you can go deal with them, daughter. You put on these clothes and you walk this way and you talk this way, and they'll open up the gate and let you in. And if you do this and you do this, they'll let you marry their daughter. You've been learned. Your ways are so set and generic that all the races have learned you and learned how to manipulate you. So you move from the manipulator of all these shades to the manipulated by all these shades, down to the underdog, back against the ropes. That's why you got to, and you've never been here before that you can recall, so you're going to need some self-defense lessons. You're going to have to find you whatever that thing is they give people to handle and feel and fondle and stuff to keep their mind off of something else. All right, you're gonna get that. You're gonna have to find something that no, you're gonna need some purple pills. You're gonna have to buy this stuff. I'm gonna create a special package for you, so that you know exactly what to do and what not to do, and what happened to you and what are you and how you function. I'm telling you, we got it that fast that I can write a book on you, like a old Chevy. All the parts, all the stuff, how they work, how they go together, and what you can exchange for parts. That's how well we got you figured out. Now, it used to be the other way around, but like I said, it ain't a we, because you're my people too. All right, I have to stress that point because it hasn't been stressed in any of the notes. All right, that just I'm a universal mutt. All right, and tell them, hell, oh, my grandpa was white, you know, and one way to do it was a forbidden at the time in the story, but my bloodline is a real bloodline, you know. The one side is Native American that's been swept under the rug, not supposed to exist. The other side is, you can say, founding father bloodline. Now, so you're gonna need a package, and the only thing I can do here is drop some hints, put some urgency in your mind about this. All right, you can go and check with your so-called black buddy, your so-called Asian buddy, your Hispanic buddy. Ooh, man, you better not use that word though. Okay, um, um, things are changing. You can check with these so-called minorities that just found out they're not a minority, and you haven't. Let me show you how they're thinking now, because you're suffering from delusions. You're thinking, hey, we run the world, we're the boss, we're in charge, they got to go through us, they can't nobody move without us. Nope, that's some old information. Here's the situation now. You don't exist. Slavery was a lie, a story concocted. The whole story of arrival and the whole story of the country, lies and fabrications. These were Native Americans and on, and these people aren't from Africa, they're from right here. all right? And you need to catch up, all right? This jig is up. Second of all, you're not a majority. You're either Italian American, Jewish American, German American, Irish American, or one of these small groups. You're not some big, massive group and a movement and all together, and all that doesn't work like that. Them hate groups don't even allow some white people in, so you can't take that, all right? So you're not a majority, you're a minority. See, there's more Native Americans here than you, and there's more of them so-called black people than you. You could not bring in more people than you. They were already here. You just divided, like you always do, favor the most white-looking ones and try to stomp out the darkest ones. That's all was done in this country. Okay? Superficial exterior judgments and actions, insane motions based on looks. Okay? Now, what you've been handed this baton. You didn't ask for it. You didn't plan it. You didn't know nothing about it. You wasn't in on it or anything. It's just been tossed in your lap. All right? In your father and grandfather's time, it looked pretty good. Don't look so good now that you done got the ball. The company's in bad shape. Business ain't what it used to be. Okay? Now, so, you got to readjust your thinking. They don't see you as God anymore. Everybody ain't aspiring to be like you. They no longer dress like you. Not even to go to work. It's uncomfortable. Here's a footnote. You may think it's some super cultural reason why these so-called black people can move like they move and dance like they dance and they can't. No, it's a super scientific reason they can't. They were uninhibited by their clothing. They're all loose and free flowing. You were tied up in girdles and belts and vests and buttons and collars and ties and hats and you were completely you were like a bound. How and over time if you stay tied up your whole life, I don't think you're going to be a pretty good dancer. If they tie you up as a baby and keep you tied up until you grow up to adult, I don't even think you can walk. So this is where the advantage and the disproportion happen. It's about the same way I can dance better than other people. Okay, I did things they didn't. They did things I didn't. All right, so it's a scientific reason. Okay, about your ways, so they don't aspire to those ways because they don't seem all that cool to them no more. No, you wasn't able to verify why this was the best way, why the white way was the way. It just people were forced to accept it. It's either that or you're fired, you know. And so, but now you don't have that kind of leverage. You if you fire them, you're gonna be out of business. You know, it's going to hurt you. It's like you can't call the tanks on them because they're driving the tanks too. You can't sick the planes on them. See, once upon a time you could sick armed forces on them. You can't do that anymore. They're too integrated. No one's going to their neighborhood and blow it up with a tank because you say so. They're going to steal that tank, go home and grab their mom and their daughter and come after you with that, and kill you if you come after them with that tank. It's going to be chaos. You can't try a racial move and use the cops and all that anymore, National Guard. It's not going to happen. So fears of martial law or security in, we can always establish martial law and lock them all down. That is not going to happen. Just like I told you, you've been fed false hope. Someone fed you, we need more prisons. Crime is scaring me to death. Crime is all I can show. A friend of mine, just the other day, some people I knew were murdered in their own home. Yes, Betty and Tom were just robbed, and all they did was go to the store. And on and on and on. So they put this fear of crime in you to build more prisons, right? And so you vote for it. This is what I'm saying about delusional. People running games on you. You're not the gamer, all right? Telling you there's security in prisons when the prisons is the monster factory. It's the criminal university, okay? Crime college. Ask any criminal. It's where a little kid who breaks a window and can't make restitution, it goes to juvenile, and through a system of fuck you, you made me mad, I ain't doing nothing you said, he ends up going all the way through the system into prison and becomes a full-fledged criminal. Learns all the ropes from the criminals inside. Learns how to, this time, when I break the glass, no one's going to hear it. And now I'm not just going to break the glass, I'm going to go in and I'm going to rob them. And break the glass from the inside and make it look like they did it. You see how this goes? And so after they've created these monsters that they already got you scared of, they don't fix them, they don't do anything. They just make them more, they keep them like animals. And the animals get rougher and more vicious. When they reach the contract in which they were told to keep them, the duration in which they were told to keep them, they don't care if they're rehabilitated, they don't care if they've changed, they don't care anything. They're going to unleash them in the middle of the night, coming through your neighborhood, hopping through your yard, looking at your goods, and they don't care. And they don't care. So you got to get out of this false sense of we're all together, because if you watch television, when you watch Ocean 13, hey, um, or 12 or any of these things, you'll realize, hey, it's every man for himself. The racial thing don't go anymore. You can't even count on your kid to have your back. He has, remember that look in his eye like he really wanted to kill you? That this is as far as you can be from on your side. So you got to get your mind adjusted in the game. First, you got to regain your sanity. You got to come to grips with what is. Not what you were told, not what you were taught. Remember, you were told it was Santa Claus, an Easter Bunny, and a Tooth Fairy. A bunch of malarkey. This is what you was fed, malarkey. And it sounded good, but no one could ever prove it to you, or you would be out there with a swastika on you too, screaming white power, all right? But the people who were pitching it it was so dumb that they didn't even bother to check before they hollered white power that there was no such race as white people. There's people, and they go from the fairest, lightest skin all the way to the darkest blue in a chain of shades. And it can be shown scientifically why there are all these different shades. Okay? So, I don't know about people's religions and all of that right there. All I know is about simple science and what is. I don't know about your mystical spirit in the cave. I don't know about your magical medallions. You know, I don't know about none of that. The candles and throwing up the 3 coins. To me, you can't prove to me any of that crap works, or any of it is nothing but a snake oil trick, a fortune teller trick, pimping some people out of their money. So let's get to real to these do's and don'ts when you're dealing with different people. Do not refer to Asian people as Asians. Okay? It's a derogatory term. See, they break down into groups all the way down to, you do know I got a name, don't you? My family's name is this. If you're referring to them, we're not the Asians family. Okay? And I have a name. It goes all the way down, but they will take reference for you to say, okay, he's Lao. He's Hmong. He's Korean. All right? Cambodian and whatever. All right? They will accept that, but when you throwing them in a big basket talking about Asian, it's not going to fly. Because new information is coming and saying that's not even the correct word. They don't even know who they are. That is not the correct word or the correct spelling of the word or the correct pronunciation of the word. Their origin is with these other people that you mistakenly call black. And we know what the word originally was. It's been swept over, but proof of it has arisen and been dug up as usual. Now, so let's keep it over here though, because I'm talking to my white people, because I got like a million tapes for people who've been reduced to jigaboos. And they're walking around with a big black power sign on, not knowing there ain't no such thing as black people, first of all. Black rights and black this and black this. You black stupid. All right? And so, let's balance the scales. You know, people always talking about you enslaved us. Well, slavery was a lie. You can tell them, ark, squeak, skirt. Hey, never happened. Well, slavery did happen. All right? It just wasn't the African trade slavery that happened. The Native Americans here were enslaved. The original Native Americans, not the ones that made it with some fair-skinned race and created what you call the redskin. I'm talking about the original ones you drew when you got here. Those pictures still exist. The original cities that was here. Not the story told by Hollywood of a bunch of people living out in the wild in teepees. People had cities, multi-level buildings with running water and all this, make Egypt look weak. And it was made out of wood. But it was the same kind of system you see back in Egypt and all that. Now when these people got here on the ship, they made records, they wrote stories, they made logs, they drew pictures and stuff. All right? And they kept strict records, and you could find all these records. You know what you can't find a record of? Of a slave ship being built, or a slave ship docking anywhere, or build a landing, or any port, or any shipyard ever being made, or ever unloading any slaves, or any slaves ever being bought from any port, or purchased, or transported from any port, because they were already here. Now, you can believe a lie so long that you think it's the truth. This is kind of the game that's been done to you. You kind of really believe these things are true because you were told it, your parents were told it, your grandparents were told it, and told. And so it's like somebody's fault who's not even here for you to get mad at. All right? So they shouldn't be jumping on you, but shouldn't it don't count. There are those who are going to try, and you got to be ready. And you cannot aggravate the situation because they will multiply on you real fast. You won't even see how many people attacked you. If you survive, you won't be able to tell the story. It happens, and you know it does. Now, let's talk about why it happens. Look, that one thing is the button you don't want to push. All right? This constant referral to the difference in you and them. All right? By always mentioning your race and how dumb they is, how corny they is, or how you do things, or mentioning their race, and they're making a comparison when you speak. Their blood's boiling on the inside while you're doing this, while you calling yourself making a joke. These people wish that they didn't have to feed kids and you were paying them because they would bash your head in and kill you right now. And if you got one that really got feelings for you or really like you, ask them. Play this for him and ask him, is it true? And he's going to look at you and if he really is your friend, he's going to tell you, yeah, it's true. Okay? He's going to tell you. Because that's how we got the edge. There was those who were really our friend. And they told us. And they told on you. You think you just, genius, just figured out everything. I don't know how he figured this stuff out. No, man, look. Here's a world of sneaky people in a country of sneaky people that was started by some sneaky criminals that was let out on a second chance to come fight off some Native Americans. All right? Sneaky, sneaky people. That was a stupid move. Somebody don't even want you to have this information, so you running things, right? Right in the middle of my point, a car passes by. I won't know what I was saying until I rewind this tape. But luckily, this has happened many times before, and I will edit it. And tape is supposed to come to you unedited. Because how do you know someone to tamper with it since I mess with it if it's been edited? So I give it raw, uncut. Now, it put me in a position where I have to edit it because I lose my point. And you can't lose a point that fast, that suddenly. It's artificial. I know what causes it, and you know what causes it. They're on to that too. Okay? They know what you're doing to them. They know about the Jedi mind tricks. You got to prepare for impact. Okay? You got to prepare. Look, I'm going to go back because I went way to the side. I'll go back and we'll come back up this way. You're being perceived as some hollow shell mannequins. All right? Robots, even. All right? If you push this button, all the robots do this. Pre-programmed response across the board. You can be manipulated if they know this. Do this and they smile. Do this and they frown. Do this and they turn left. Do this and they turn right. You are known and categorized by those people you think are inferior or beneath you. They are manipulating you like your pets. So you think it's your pet, but the pet's human. Let me show you who is manipulating who. The pet work, it doesn't clean up. It does not do anything for you. Okay? You may think it protects you. It's protecting its interests. Let me show you once again, real briefly, how the pet thing works so you know how those people beneath you may be pulling something that you were not aware of. The pet scratches on the door and like a doorman, good servant Alfred the butler, you go and open the door, whether it's outside or inside. It knocks to come in now. They no longer bark. Animals actually knock on the door now, and no one's even raising an eyebrow like, oh, no, my dog is smart. No, they're all smart. Okay, they always were. They're just coming out with it. Okay, they've learned you. Okay, it made them smarter, learning you. So now, first thing it does when it comes in is, wow, there are warmer bodies in here than mine. I'm going to shake and get all these fleas. And first I'm going to shake my dirt and stuff off in the house. I could have shook it outside before I came in, but I'm going to shut her and let it all off inside in the house, okay, on the carpet. You don't vacuum any carpet or clean it up or nothing. The cat don't get up any cat hair or anything. So now, and then it finds a warm body. No, the appetite of the insects that is on it, a flea. A flea seeks heat. All right, that's how it seeks a victim. So it's going to choose the warmest body. So it comes in from outdoors, gets near you, so that the fleas can hop onto you. But this is your friend, right? It's only coming near you in your proximity so that these bugs can hop on you. You still think it's your friend? You still think it's your pet? Still think you got control? Well, check the next part. Oh, they just are licking me all in my face and on my hand and all that. She just loves me to death. She loves me to death. You're the only one that loves me. Dogs love food. Your skin is salty. That's why the dog is licking you. You taste like food. And if it wasn't against the rules, it would bite you and eat you. If you sleep too long or you ever die and you can't feed it, it will eat you all the way, bones and all. Your favorite pet. your friend, your buddy, the one you got in check. Crap on the floor. Now, if this was a human being that crapped on your floor, didn't work, left its hair all on your couch, you had to buy big 100-pound bags of food for, water, take care of its medical bill because it don't have no insurance, no medical insurance, no dental, nothing. It's all on you. You would kick that human being out. There's no blood relations. It barks when someone get a burglar alarm, get a motion detector. They don't eat you out of house and home, and you pay for it one time. If this was a human being, you would kick them out on the street. Right now, why I'm saying this, there's a girl kicking her boyfriend out because he don't have a job, but she has this dog that's way more expensive than the boyfriend wanting a pack of cigarettes. But she's not barking about that. She's insane. But she thinks that she's using the dog and playing God over the dog, but the dog is pimping her. The cat is pimping you. The cat is running the show. And you try to laugh under your breath, and finicking when you know you're scared of the thing. That it punks you, even your own pet. But anyway, so these people you call under you, they're playing you the same way. They need you to eat, just like your pet. They need employment. And subconsciously, you know this. Like a big fat person knows, hey, I gotta have money. I have a big appetite, and besides, I gotta have bribe money to get people put up with my obnoxious big mouth. Okay, so I gotta be able to pay them off, or they won't want to be around me. I'm eating up everything from everyone, and I'm always running my big mouth. So I gotta have money. Well, secretly, you know this too. So you come with the bribery, always offering gifts. Because for some reason, naturally, people don't want to be bothered with you after a certain thing, and it's become a natural way of doing things. Paying people to put up with your crap. Your crap that your own family won't even put up with. Your brother doesn't want to even talk to you. You know, it's like that. Okay, so you got to get right, my people. You got to get your mind right. You got to get in the game. You're losing ground, and so far, man, you're going to be on the bottom pretty soon. If you don't hit the brakes, and a last-ditch effort by some supremacist or some crazy dude, man, that's going to get everybody killed. That's not the way. The way is this. Listen to me carefully. I know what you're talking about, but racism happened. Okay, slavery happened. I didn't do it. I don't even know anyone was there. It ain't like my great-great-great-grandpa left a letter saying, yeah, I had slaves. I don't know, I don't know no more about what you're talking about than what you know. But I will deal with you on this thought of things have been slanted because of it. And if you think they're slanted in my favor, um, that's that's past. They're not slanted in my favor anymore. Have you checked and seen that there's more white people on welfare than anybody else? And that kind of thing. You go down the line that you did naturally been doing. All right? You deny everything. Okay? You deny everything. Everything. It has to be, if something's proven, okay, it's proven. But just admission to guilt of everything. Yeah, we fucked up the world. We did this to everybody, and we wicked, and we don't give a damn, and shit, and whatnot. You'll never get to see trial. You'll never make it to the trial. Okay? What you got to do is this. You have to say, hey, you're right. You're right. But I just told you, you're right. Why are you still hollering instead? I'm telling you, you're right. You acting like I'm telling you you're lying. Stop, calm down. You're acting like I'm attacking you with a gun or something. We're just talking. I'm telling you what you're saying is right. Now, what is it you want to do about it? Now the Jigaboo don't got no plan. But he was barking about how things was and what should be, but then they got no plan. That's why I got to get in between you two, okay? And make this happen. The middleman thing where I told you to stand, always in the middle, never to the right, never to the left, never to the good, never to the bad. All right? Just stay in the middle. I told you to be there. That's where I'm at. And you see how it's coming out for me. So, watch out for traps. The little boxes on the application that says